So we've got ourselves Team 4. 1 week to go and then we'll see what sort of promos we end up on for the remainder of FC25. But we've got a very good week this week. Some of the players that I did kind of anticipate have most definitely reared their head, and we have got some absolute monsters that you do want to try, if you can manage to get them. Now obviously at 6 PM today we should get the refresh of the 84 and 85 times 10 to see the new variation. Are we going to get 10 or 15 84s? Are we going to get into 7 or 10 85s? Or do we eventually get onto Unlimited? We are now in August. I feel like it's time for the Unlimited grind. But that being said, let's have a look at the players that we've got today then. We've got one that I'm just going to straight out go to 100%. Van Der Sar, yes, 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 and yes. He is an unbelievable keeper. If you've ever used him in any variation, he has always been personally my favourite within the game. It's just a preference. Now, I always say with keepers, whenever I've done a tier list, I've done a best meta goalkeeper. Goalkeepers are very subjective. As long as you've got one of the top ones, like obviously if you're rocking a silver or a low rated gold at this point in the game, you probably had a little bit of a handicap. But if you are rocking an Alisson, a Courtois at his highest rated, a Donnarumma, Van Der Sar, Caicedo, realistically, you're getting yourself a pretty good goalkeeper regardless. Now, obviously, when it comes to the playstyle pluses of him, we've got the long ball plus, which most goalkeepers tend to have, as they don't want to give us 4. We have cross claimer, rush out, and also deflector. So this is now into a point compared to last year. We are now getting double, triple, and quadruple playstyle pluses with goalkeepers. I am interested to see where the 5th playstyle plus comes on a goalkeeper, and do we see a 99? But obviously with Van Der Sar, he is 100% going into that ultimate top. Now, another one that I personally really like, and I just have to talk about him straight away, Gullit. What a card. He's coming in as his 99. Obviously, there is plenty of Evos, and it's the same for every one of these cards. I have personally an Mbappe that is going to be Evo to 99, rather than trying to go for the hunt for the 99 Mbappe. Just purely on the fact, I like my playstyle pluses. When it comes to Gullit, I think he's got a very good balance. The only thing I would have liked is maybe like an intercept or an anticipate rather than say a tiki-taka. Finesse, I'll absolutely take as he goes up front as well in that cam roll. Incisive, beautiful. Pink pass, beautiful. Aerial, fantastic. If only we just got that one defensive playstyle plus, it would have been absolutely over for him. Now, obviously, when it comes to his normal playstyles, we haven't got a lot in the kind of defensive zone, but he is a 99 cam technically in this game. He's not necessarily going to be in a DM, but I do think regardless of where you put him, he's going to be outrageous. Like that is Gullit in a nutshell. Go with the anchor, 99, 99, 99, 96, 96, 99. It's enough said. There's a reason why he's 10 mil still, but he is genuinely one of the best players in the game, especially in the midfield. But like I say, you've still got, say, the 94 that you could increase as well. So it's not only that the 99 is the only one. I think it's the one thing that they've really shot themselves in the foot a little bit with this, is because we have got loads of Evos now where we could make a 98 Gullit if we want. I know playstyle pluses are obviously a big factor, but you get what I mean. Like we already have a 98 now. I can imagine during the next couple of days and possibly week, we'll get 99s, we'll get 5 playstyle pluses. It comes to a point where, do we really need a 99 Gullit, or do we just do this one? It's a very interesting format to go with. Now, obviously, there is a few of the kind of lesser players in the team, which is always standard. You look at something like a Veron. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics, and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. There's nothing totally wrong with him. Like in terms of a card, you put him like 4 weeks ago, it's not bad. Like, he's a centre mid, he's 97, but realistically at this point, we are looking at the best of the best. Now, I will just kind of go out and just get rid of some of the players that we don't really need. Obviously, like Angelina, it's just not going to happen. And you can see, like, you look at the 13k cards, they're not going to be used. Like, let's be real here. There's very few people that are going to rock a Dest over a Evo Teo Hernandez, over a 99 Nuno Mendes, there's just so many options that you can go with that realistically it's just not going to be the one for them, unfortunately. So we will just miss out on a lot of them. It's a shame that Nakata didn't get an upgrade sooner, because we'll dive into his card a little bit. If we go down a little bit, we got anybody else? Yep, not really going. Varane, and the same with Xabi Alonso as well. I think in terms of what you can get from some of the icons, I do think Xabi Alonso could go into that little bit more of a usability category, just purely on what he can produce in that midfield. Now, obviously, it could be the same for a lot of these players, but Xabi Alonso specifically with them playstyle pluses, especially because if you've got 4, you can get 5. So if you was to potentially add another to him, it could really ramp up that value for him. Intercept, beautiful. Love that playstyle plus for any DM. Long ball, pinged pass, incisive. Fantastic. You throw anything else on him to really kind of ramp up that midfield, he puts himself in a good category in my opinion. But like we said with Nakata, it is a shame that he didn't get anything sooner, because to be fair, as a card goes, he's not a bad cam. Now, obviously, there is loads of cams as well. Like, I mean, you go into FUTBin, if you're kind of struggling to have a look at cards, just literally go into cam and you can see just the amount from this screen alone of players that you could use. Now, not everybody is going to be a total usable player in this. Obviously, like a Harry Kane is more of a centre mid. Karchawi, not really going to be viable as a cam. But like you look at a Dembele, you look at a Griezmann, you go into the Gullit, Rafinha, go down into a bit of Cantona. Obviously, Rio as the striker, but then you go to the Bellingham brothers. There's so many options that you can go with. Unfortunately, Nakata is just that 1 week too late. He's really so far behind the curve now. And it's a shame, and it's the exact same of what they did for Natale. So it's one of them ones that you could get a bit of usability out of him, but I do think he is, especially in that position, just unfortunately going to be missed out. There's just so many attacking players that you've got to throw in. The kind of centre mid DM and then the defence are kind of still at a point where you could change around. Strikers, wingers, cams are all in that. I want Henry, I want Dembele, Mbappe, CR7, Messi, Yamal. The list just goes on. And it's kind of the same for a Di Natale. I do think this card really should have been in a team at a 98 or 99. They know how good Di Natale is, and we haven't had a single upgrade since Winter Wildcard. We had the base, we had the Winter Wildcard, we then have this. It's such a shame that he's so downgraded, because Di Natale as a striker is outrageous. He could be, if he was a 99 with the right playstyle pluses, one of the best strikers in the game. And yet, they just never give him anything good. It's the same year in, year out. He always gets a card too late, and it's just never what you really want. Like, if we go out of this version, what have we got with the generations? So literally, the first card he got last year was the greats of the game. The year before, he got obviously the captain and then a Futties. The year before that, captain or fantasy, then captain, sorry, and then a shapeshifter, which was right at the end. They never like giving him a card late on in the game, which it just mind boggles me a little bit that they don't bother with him, because I do think in terms of a striker, he's absolutely up there. Now, obviously, the playstyle pluses, not fantastic. You'll definitely want some sort of quick step. At the very minimum, I want a low driven, but he's got the finesse, he's got the actual striking ability. It's just, unfortunately, that little bit too late and less of an upgrade than you truly, truly want. Obviously, Angelina will go in there. Suarez, always an interesting one. Literally only relevant at this point because of his name and because of Messi. Now, obviously, you are waiting possibly for an Evo for him, but realistically, we did get the 96 that had the ability to go into Evos as well. You could even throw in the 90 if you really wanted to. That could, again, go into some Evos, but you had the Beast Mode activated. That's obviously one that takes him into that 98. I don't think that there's going to be too much worries between the two if you have thrown in that one instead. And dynamics are pretty cold in general. You got finesse, quick step, low driven versus finesse, low driven, quick step, power shot. I mean, you've got the main three that I personally want. In terms of a striker, he's got to be up there. 97. I think, would you go... I mean, you'd probably just go usable. Like, name is great, and I do think that, but I do think I would still prefer a Natale, an Henry, a Rooney, a Gerd Müller over Suarez. And that's only if we obviously got Messi. You could throw in a bit of kind of Sergio Busquets in there if you've obviously got him into an Evo, Jordi Alba. It takes other players to throw Suarez in, whereas the other strikers, I can have them on their own more than fine. Gerd Müller, another one like Di Natale, he's come in late, so I mean he's only had 2 FIFAs so far, or 2 FCs, so he's got time. I do think he's already kind of benched as a middle icon. They know that they are ramping up at this point to some more newer icons as such. So like if Messi and say if Neymar goes, if obviously Iniesta comes into the game, you're kind of looking at them newer icons that people are going to want. Gerd Müller is most definitely thrown in for the older value. It's kind of like having like your Hadjis in there, your Rakelmis. They're not necessarily a Schneider. So I remember growing up with Schneider. I don't remember growing up with Hadji or with kind of like your kind of older players. Like before the Maldini era, that was kind of a little bit... They were in their prime when I was young, but then they retired when I kind of fully got the grasp of football. So it's an interesting one to kind of see where they're going with these icons. I think Gerd Müller, again, could be a great striker, but he's just not that level in this. And again, he's like Di Natale, he's just a bit too late. Now, one striker that they did get right is our boy Rooney. Now, as an SBC goes, he is an absolute must complete. He is incredible. He has got some kind of dribbling techniques that are questionable. He's not necessarily the most fluid dribbler in the game, but shooting is just filthy. His pace is fantastic for a card that when you start the game, he's fast, but it's kind of like he's fast but not fast. He gets to the ball, but then he doesn't at times. It's an interesting one with Rooney. I have a love-hate relationship with how they upgrade the card, but this is outrageously good. He is one of the strikers I will 100% be getting into the team. He is just magnificent. Like last year, we did get was it last year that we got cover stars? We got him very early on. Was it the year before that we got cover stars? That is a cover star, isn't it? Yeah, cover star. I don't know why I thought Rooney's cover star was 99, but it's just that effect. But 97 last year, obviously 98 this year. We're ramping up to that 99, Rooney. We will get there one day, but outrageously good in general. Throwing in a bit of Sol Campbell then. Again, another defender that, to be honest, as goes into the team, I think really if you're going to put him into a past and present Arsenal or Tottenham, okay, you're going to go with one or the other, but realistically, he's only going in one, let's be real. Now, in terms of a centre-back, he has everything you need. Aerial, anticipate, slide, tackle, block. Beautiful. 5 play style pluses come in. You could go with an intercept, you could go with the bruiser. Loads of kind of speculation that you can go with him. Great stats, decent ability on the ball. Absolutely everything you need. Now, I don't think he's going in as kind of like your very usable sort of centre-back, but he's most definitely not a miss in this sort of category. And then we do have the likes of Hadji. We've got to throw him in there, really. He is coming in as a Champions Glory objective. Now, I kind of didn't expect him. I would have swapped him and Di Natale around, because Di Natale is just a daily play. I would personally prefer getting Di Natale over a Hadji in this. Now, obviously, icon status versus heroes. You're obviously going to go for the higher status, being an icon, over the hero as such. So it does make sense. And I do think in some aspects, he's very much kind of like a Nakata, but a little bit higher with them playstyle pluses. He's going to be more usable than not as such. Then obviously we do have Keane, another one that popped up. I didn't even know he was available. He just came in as score 8. I really didn't see the objective, but a solid card. He's kind of up there again. He's not necessarily going to go too crazy. He's probably around the Suarez sort of level. You want the finesse shot to finish him off, but pace-wise, fantastic. He's always been a solid striker that you can get. Obviously, we did get the 96. Was decent enough, but not necessarily going to go over some of the meta ones. Let's be real. Now, if we are going to talk meta, we're going to talk about Denzel. Beautiful card, to say the least. 300,000 as a right back. We have got a lot of solid right backs now. So he has come a little bit late in this party because we're looking at the likes of kind of like your Alex Scott as your 99. We're looking at Carlos Alberto. You throw a bit further down. You've got yourself, where is he? Kounde, Maicon, Thuram, Zambrotta, Zanetti, if you want to throw his name in the hat. But realistically, he does come under them sort of names. Now, if you've been aware of kind of Dumfries, his numero foot was outrageously good. Just in general, they have got him so well in this game. His ability in the game, just in general, animations, body type, it works. Sometimes some players, they just come out of nowhere and it just works in that specific category. And Dumfries this year is another one that absolutely does. I really would put him as another top end player. And we might as well finish them off. You've obviously got Henry in here as well. It's just teasing him really. He's 91, 92, 93, 95 have been exceptional. Throughout the whole of the game, he has been one of the better strikers that you can get. Obviously, the 92 came at a time where you knew that he was going to be evoed soon, and he didn't disappoint whatsoever. But now we've got this 98. It's beautiful. Finesse, obviously the rapid, low driven, first touch, bit of technical, a beautiful card. I mean, he absolutely goes into that top category. He's just one of the better strikers now. And most definitely, I'm glad to see it, because he has been a legacy that is the Premier League. It is always mentioned. If you mention Premier League and any greats, Henry has to be a name. So him not being a viable option in FIFA is just ludicrous, especially because it was only the balance that was broken. Zanetti, another one, and then to be honest, he had a big name. He's got himself into the right back, CDM, centre mid, or left back. Now, I personally like him as a CDM, very much like Lahm. Right back's nice, he does a job, but it's just not his position. In this game, he's a bit bulkier, bit stockier. I like him in the middle. He normally has some card that kind of throws himself in throughout the year, and I do think this is a solid upgrade for him. Now, I don't think he goes in any higher than the usable, but I do think he's absolutely up there over the miss, in my opinion. Maybe being a little bit too harsh on Varane, but I just think Varane, in general, has never been one of them players. Now, the woman of the tournament in Bon Mati. Does it mean we get Puteas next week? I am very interested. She is a 99. She was exceptional throughout the Euros. It was unfortunate for her that they just couldn't quite get it over the line in that extra time. And in terms of a card, she's absolutely stunning. 99 rated, better midfielder than most, just offers ability. Now, obviously, she's got to be in that top. Bonmati, Puteas, even Patry from the start of the game have always been wicked centre mids. That Barca women's team is full of such talent in this game. Once you get to the end with your Hansons, with your Puteases, with obviously then your Rolfos as well, it just offers such a good amount of talent across the board. Now, Chawinga. Bit underwhelming, not going to lie. She obviously had a cracking 96. You just got a solid card, and we kind of just went up a little bit. We kind of didn't really try. She's got great pace, as she always does. The shooting ability's not quite there. Honestly, I am a little bit underwhelmed. I think she would be a miss. If she had the finesse over the power shot, I think maybe we could have talked a little bit more, but having technical quick step, incisive and power shot, there's just no ability there. There really is a lack of what we actually want. And obviously, after, 10 years was it? Son is potentially, or at least wants, to leave Spurs. Which, to be honest, he's done 10 years. He's been an absolute icon in that Spurs team. He managed to get to a trophy, which some players never do. So it is absolutely commendable for him. And what a card he is on FIFA always. I'm interested to know if he does move. Do we see a 99 transferred card of him? But realistically, Son has always been an incredible card that you can rely on. Pace is there, shooting's there. They've even wrapped up that physicality, which is absolutely nice. Obviously, there's been many versions that you could have evoed by now, but this 99 is absolutely up there. Now, I am unfortunately going to have to drop him down because left wing wise, there's so much talent, he just can't quite stay up there with the best of them, but he is most definitely up there with a lot of them. One that could be perceived up there because of the amount of CDMs that we don't have, Caicedo is that guy. Great playstyle pluses, incisive, press proven, intercept, anticipate, and bruiser. They have given him a wonderful upgrade. And if you go through CDMs, obviously we're still waiting for a Patrick upgrade. We're still waiting on just a bit more talent in the CDM specific. Now, obviously, he's got to be put into the category of centre mids, and I do think he absolutely rocks it. Caicedo is a wonderful midfielder. The only things at times I do find he can be a bit stocky, but who isn't in a CDM role? Now, obviously, when you do look through, I think he's got to be up there with the best of them, really. When you look kind of like a Harry Kane centre mid, you kind of go through a few more. Cantona was obviously up there, throwing back down a little bit more. Obviously, Matuidi is going to be kind of a staple of the 97 now going into an Evo. I do think Caicedo puts him up there. And to be honest, I don't think it takes too much figuring out, but Dembele is going to be another one up there as well. 99 was inevitable for him. I did think they might have missed him, so it does mean that Salah needs to come in that team 5 because it would be criminal for a league winner. Highest goal scorer, did he get it? I want to say he got it, but even if he didn't, he got a crazy amount of goals and assists. He's got to be a 99 in this game. They have literally not given him. They didn't even give him a shapeshifter. I'm interested to see. He's got to be in that final team. Dembele obviously puts himself up there as he always does. He has from the very start, and he's going to continue hopefully into next year as well. Now that is going to be the team for today. Team 4 looking incredible. Hopefully we get some good unlimited grinding again tonight, and we'll catch you all for that. We'll see you at 6 p.m. Peace.